Tonight, a juvenile center in Duluth is closing its doors, leaving many wondering where local kids utilizing their services will go. Plus, a huge chemical fire in Illinois is burning for the second day, and officials are now trying to figure out how to investigate. And later, if you're planning on flying anytime soon, you might want to plan some extra time getting through security, thanks to a shortage of TSA staff.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Dozens of at-risk kids here in Duluth will soon need a new place to get help. This comes after the Hills Youth and Family Services Center announced they plan to shut down all of their locations next month. That includes a treatment center for juvenile offenders right here in Duluth. CBS3's Emma Quinn explains why the closure is such a blow to the local community.
Kristen, the Hills location in Duluth's Woodland neighborhood is a 50-bed residential treatment facility for kids and teens in the juvenile justice system. Their goal is to help them overcome behavioral and mental health issues, but this closure will mean a major hole in those services here in the Northland and across the state. The Hills leaders are blaming the closure on the financial challenges that sprang up after they opened their new facility, Cambia Hills, in the Twin Cities area last year. They added the fixed rate of funding coming from insurance companies and the Minnesota Department of Human Services doesn't allow them to pay staff livable wages. That made it harder to keep staff at both facilities, and less staff also meant they weren't able to serve as many patients and less revenue is coming in. The Hills officials say they're devastated to close their doors as they know the impact facilities like theirs can have on teens in need.
People who come here to live and get services are people who have had a lot of struggles and often have nowhere else to go. Oftentimes they've gotten themselves in some trouble.
Right now, the Duluth location is housing about 35 kids and teens. Where they will go next will be determined on a case-by-case situation. Some will go home and some will go to other treatment facilities. For others in the juvenile justice system, it'll be up to the courts to determine their next steps. Now, the Hills leaders are working with their HR department and their 180 employees to get staff resources like unemployment and health insurance.
Thank you, Emma. We asked the Hills president if there was a plan for the land after they closed on July 2nd. They did not have an answer for us tonight. Besides that, further conversations must be had with their bank before they can make that decision. There's a project underway in rural St. Louis County creating plans for a new wireless network for schools. The Range Association of Municipalities and Schools, otherwise known as RAMS, is hoping to build a network that will be accessible for more than 2,000 students at 6 different campuses. RAMS will first see how fast their current services are and map out how they can reach all of those kids over their 3,800 square miles. Executive Director Steve Georgie believes this is a great first step in connecting Minnesota communities.
If it works, it would be a very good temporary solution to the lack of quality broadband in rural St. Louis County.
The project was made possible thanks to an $8,000 grant from the Blandin Foundation and the IRRB. New tonight at 6, President Biden has officially nominated a Duluth native to serve as the new U.S. ambassador to Israel. The White House announces Tom Nide's appointment this afternoon. It's expected to be a critical role given the major political changes playing out in Israel. Nides recently served the U.S. State Department. He's a 1979 Duluth East grad. His new position must be approved by the U.S. Senate. For a second day, authorities are allowing a massive chemical plant fire in Rocktown, Illinois, to burn itself out. Those living within 1 mile of the plant have been asked to evacuate. Those within 2 miles of the site are asked to stay indoors all day, close their windows and doors, and turn off air conditioners. Winnebago County in Wisconsin is now under a disaster proclamation due to the fire. Officials held a press conference today to provide an update.
I think once we get a good handle and get the fire suppressed, then we'll go into what's called the investigative mode. That's going to be later on, probably tomorrow or even the next day. So, like I said, this is an ongoing situation, and it's going to take some time for us to figure out what the actual cause of the fire was.
Fire department officials added the air near the plant is safe at ground level and no workers were injured in the explosion and fire at the chem tool factory. A warning tonight as Wisconsin reports high fire danger across much of the state. You're being asked to avoid burning, especially in Douglas, Bayfield, Barron, and Washburn counties where the threat is the worst. Ashland County, meanwhile, is reporting moderate fire danger. Dave is here for a first check of the weather. Dave, it seems like we're going to cool down a bit, so that could help with some of that high fire danger.
Yeah, it does, because the fire danger yesterday was near critical for a while. So high is actually a step down, but it is still pretty high. So yeah, we have to be careful. And here's a look at today's high temperatures, which did come down thanks to a cell of Canadian high pressure. High temps ranged roughly from 70 to 75 for a lot of locations, with a few exceptions on either side, like 64 on Park Point and 77 towards Moose Lake. But Ironwood 70, still not bad. Solon Springs 77, Big Fork 75. Temperatures tomorrow will come up again just a little bit as a warm front lurches towards our area attached to a low pressure system. So the high overhead right now keeps us calm tonight and through Wednesday, but early Thursday morning that approaching low will bring a storm chance. Short-term forecast says partly cloudy tonight with a low of 50. Tomorrow mostly sunny, getting back up towards 77. Thursday, when we face that chance for thunderstorms, we'll go into the lower 80s. Will that become permanent or fizzle away and fade away as early as Friday? I'll show you with the 7-day forecast in a few more minutes.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Dave. Today marks 101 years since 3 black men were lynched in downtown Duluth. Elias Clayton, Elmer Jackson, and Isaac McGee were killed on June 15, 1920, after being wrongly accused of sexually assaulting a white woman. Today, about 100 community members gathered at the Duluth Memorial in their honor. They called for racial justice and awarded scholarships to 2 local students. Nabiha Shadri, a recent Hermantown grad, is one of them. She started a program to help elementary students understand the impact of racism at an early age.
I just wanted to educate everyone at my school because I faced some racial judgments when I was younger, and so I wanted to help, decrease that at my school and end the cycle of discrimination there.
Other events commemorating the death this week included a gathering at Clayton, Jackson, and McGee's grave sites. There was also a virtual presentation on Sunday. A festival in the Hillside neighborhood today celebrated the community's resiliency during the pandemic. The 4th Street Wellness Festival was held at the Damiano Center. The event gave community members a chance to connect with different health services available in the neighborhood, like children's dental exams, COVID-19 vaccinations, mental health services, and more. Organizers explained why those connections are so important, especially during the pandemic.
These folks see needs in the community and strengths, and they seek to address those needs with an event like this. So when they see folks are struggling with social isolation, they say, let's have an event with music and food and bringing people together.
The event was free and open to all community members. By the way, Community Action Duluth also launched its Central Hillside Farmers Market today. That will run every Tuesday afternoon through the end of September in Essentia's parking lot on East 3rd Street. The University of Minnesota says it won't require students, staff, or faculty to be vaccinated for the upcoming school year. A letter from the U of M president explains the decision was made after consultation with public health and medical experts. Even though the COVID-19 vaccine won't be a requirement, the university says it will continue to make vaccines and information about the vaccine easily accessible for everyone. Minnesota landlords are suing to end the state's eviction moratorium. Governor Tim Walz imposed the ban to protect renters during the pandemic, but landlords claim it makes it impossible for property owners to remove disruptive tenants and is no longer needed. But the lawsuit may soon become irrelevant. Just yesterday, a group of legislative leaders agreed to a 15-week plan to end the eviction moratorium. As more Americans fly again, we're seeing long lines at security checkpoints, and the TSA may not have enough staff to keep up. American air travelers are hitting pandemic peaks. Nearly 6 million Americans traveled over the weekend. That's a huge jump from only 1.5 million over the same weekend last year. But across the country, there's proof of a security staffing shortage. According to a TSA memo obtained by the Washington Post, 235 airports are currently understaffed, including some of the nation's busiest, like Boston Logan, Denver International, and Washington Duluth, with some airports short as many as 100 officers. The president of the TSA Officers Union is skeptical the agency will hit its hiring target.
Right now, there's not too many people applying for this job, maybe because of the pay.
The TSA is offering an additional $500 bonus to existing security agents who work overtime and on their days off. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, keeping an eye on Northland streams. That's the goal of one UMD program, why they want your help. Next.
Last week we had a warm spell. The week before was a cold snap. Now this week, at least today, we're normal. 72 degrees was the high temp at Duluth International. The normal is 72, but already by tomorrow we'll creep upwards temperature-wise as a warm front and a low pressure system get closer to our area, which could trigger some thunder on Thursday. We'll talk about it coming up after the break.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel, weekday mornings on CBS.
I'm Mary Harris, owner of Diabetic and Comfort Shoes. We have been in business in the Northland, helping you with your everyday foot problems stemming from diabetes to plantar fasciitis for the past 17 years. Stop in and see the complete line of men's and women's shoes, from SAS to Allegria to Vionic, for those millions of people battling plantar fasciitis. And we still have a great selection of comfortable shoes for diabetics, Medicare and Minnesota healthcare approved. Remember, no foot problem is too big or too small. We'll find the way to your soul.
Mediacom is winning awards across the U.S., keeping you connected, keeping you safe, rising to the challenge, challenging the limits. Thanks to our award-winning employees, never settling, never backing down, always planning ahead, and always getting better. Mediacom is proud to be named 2021 U.S. Best Managed Company by Deloitte and the Wall Street Journal.
Injured? Call Stockman Law Office. Automobile collision injuries involving taxis, Ubers, lifts, buses, semis, and motorcycles. Call anytime, 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
It took us years to find the perfect bun for Culver's Pretzel House Pub Burger.
It's got the nice pretzel flavor on the outside, but when you open it up, it's light and airy. It's got a nice sweet flavor to it. It literally melts in your mouth.
This bun is perfect for a Pretzel House Pub Burger. Seared fresh beef, tangy mustard bistro sauce, pickled red onions, 2 slices of bacon, served with our signature cheddar cheese sauce.
This bun was made for this burger. This is perfect.
I think it's an awesome burger. Welcome to Delicious.
Little child, we're in a
Hi, John from Prime Appliance. The summer sizzler sale's on now with cool appliances and hot prices like this. Medea 19 cubic foot bottom mount refrigerator, just $9.49 in white and $9.99 in stainless. Or a Frigidaire top load washer and a matching electric dryer, just $13.99 for the pair. Get this Maytag front load washer, just $10.99 in white or $11.99 in titanium. Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance is the best place to buy your appliances. Let us prove it to you.
If you haven't seen United States of Al, we want you.
Mr. Walmir Karimi fought alongside our men and women. Take a picture. And now with Mr. Art.
All right, that's enough.
Wait, we need Lizzie. I did not seek fame, but it seems to have found me.
A new United States of Al, Thursday after Young Sheldon, or stream anytime on CBS.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Thanks to Canadian high pressure, temperatures came down, but the weather stayed calm. Nice blue sky up above, just a few light puffy cumulus clouds trying to rise up in the air as the higher pressure pushes down. So beautiful weather for building sandcastles on Park Point, even if it might be a little too cool to go swimming. This picture comes courtesy of meteorologist Jim Peterson, who's a meteorologist down in Rochester, graduate of St. Cloud State, same class as Sven Sundgaard and Todd Nelson back in the day, and I got a chance to mentor Jim as he was looking for a job, and it must have worked because he's been down there for a number of years now. But he loves coming up to Duluth, and it looks like he's teaching the younger generation about how nice it is up here and how great our weather can be. And if you like it fair, it's going to stay great through tomorrow. If you like it a little louder and a little thunderier, if that's a term or not, come Thursday you get your chance. Right now, here's what we got at the airport, whether we like it or not. It's 70 degrees, 49% for the relative humidity, southeast winds going 10 miles per hour, and our air pressure holding steady on the higher side at 30.1219 inches of mercury. But again, barometric pressure readings should go down on Thursday sufficiently to cause a 30% chance for our next round of rain. Current temps, yeah, they came down today, so they're running 69 to 71 in the Upper Peninsula, and we're going 64 to 74, even 75 in northwestern Wisconsin. Solon Springs, the warm spot, LaPointe, the cool spot, Superior's in between, and Moose Lake's at 77, but down to 70 Cloquet, so's Hermantown and Two Harbors. We're looking at 75 Hibbing, Chisholm, and Grand Rapids, Big Fork, and International Falls, and 73 from Orr down to Cook and through Highway 1 into Tower Sedan and towards Ely. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer. Right now, thanks to the high pressure, not too many clouds in our sky, and it will stay that way through tomorrow. It's Thursday to be the day of change as lower pressure from way out west finally gets across the plains and into our area by early Thursday morning to bring us a 30% chance for showers and thunderstorms. And if that chance manages to work out, the payoff won't be that great. It looks like just light stuff. Some towns might not get anything to the west, but then the rest of us from the center towards the east might go a trace to about 1/3 of an inch if we push it. But that's not the only chance for rain this week. We'll show you some more with our 7-day forecast. Tonight in Minnesota, partly cloudy with lows from 45 to about 52. Wisconsin, Michigan numbers should go from 45 to 48. For tomorrow, another mostly sunny sky for Michigan and Wisconsin, high 75 to 81. So the numbers do come back up a little bit. Minnesota numbers could only be in the 60s by the lake, but lower 80s farther inland. Still dry, though, for Wednesday. Thursday's the day with the 30% thunderstorm chance. High temps in the lower 80s. Then we regroup Friday, Saturday with mid-70s and sunshine, to be followed by 2 more rain chances Sunday and Monday, Kristen, leading with a warm front, so 75 on Sunday, but of course following with a cold front. Drop down towards 70 on Monday.
Mother Nature's being very friendly for this Grandma's Marathon weekend. A lot of runners.
It does look pretty good. Things should be tolerable for those runners, and I think 40 years ago I used to run. I'm having a hard time remembering, it's been so long, but good luck to everybody in this generation.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dave. A local organization needs your help to protect our waterways. UMD's Natural Resources Research Institute is asking for you to help measure water levels of streams and creeks across Duluth this summer. They say if you come across a measuring station placed along waterways, you can text in a recording of water levels. Scientists, researchers, and resource managers will use the data to understand how streams respond to weather and climate.
As the city continues to grow, which is really great for us, we're also really wanting to understand what those impacts to our streams are. We also want to look at areas where we're doing great protection and restoration work and look at how our streams behave in those areas, so we really understand the value of protecting our green space.
There are 19 gauges all across the Duluth area. If you would like to find the gauge closest to you, you can head over to our website. Well, downtown Duluth is getting a facelift ahead of Grandma's Marathon weekend. Duluth Downtown Waterfront District's Clean and Safe team is working to spruce up the area. The team is part of the Greater Downtown Council. Today, crews hung 134 flower baskets throughout the downtown business district. The goal is to give a warm, beautiful welcome to tourists visiting the city this weekend and throughout the summer. Ahead in sports, day 1 of the state baseball, softball, and golf tournaments for Minnesota. Kelly is in with all the highlights next.
Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
Celebrate the savings during the anniversary sale at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale, like this 94-inch Stephan sofa for $599. Plus, no money down, special financing for 3 years, and free shipping during the anniversary sale, only at Home Furniture.
What does home mean to you? From graduation to the new job to sharing a life with someone else. As you change, so does your idea of home. Visit yournorthlandhome.com for comprehensive information on buying and selling your home with JS Realty, including mistakes buyers make and preparing your home to sell. Yournorthlandhome.com has the information you need to find a place that feels like home. Download your free guide today at yournorthlandhome.com.
It's a great time to start those big projects with 11% off everything right now at Menards. Whether your storage needs are small or large, a post frame building is the perfect choice. You can save 11% on the plans and materials. Design and buy online or stop into the store to start planning it today. Right now, save 11% on all post frame buildings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Dr. Zan Corville. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at St. Luke's. Dealing with foot and ankle pain, it can be debilitating because these are complicated joints. And so there's different ways to manage each of these problems. Most can be treated without surgery. I'm a busy mom with 2 young children. We try to do things as a family that we can all enjoy. I love being part of a team and working as an orthopedist to help people return to athletics or getting people back on their feet so they have less pain for daily living.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick Parks and stuff. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
I got a 6 sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yeah.
So you.
It is.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Use purchase allowance to get up to 12% below MSRP on 2021 Buick SUVs. Visit your Lake Country Buick dealer.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter, a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier. I will always be ready
for every storm and disaster that threatens my community. I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
During the anniversary sale at Home Sleep Express, all Thomas Cole and Luxuria mattresses are on sale, like this Eurotop Queen mattress for just $549. Plus, no money down, special financing for 6 years during the anniversary sale at Home Sleep Express.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, state baseball is officially upon us. Today was the first time that teams have gotten to the big stage in the last 2 years since having last season canceled on them due to COVID. We'll start in Class AAA down in Jordan. Grand Rapids taking on Marshall. Marshall already with a 1-0 lead in the third. Connor Nobeck with the line drive to center field. Good enough for a base hit and a run to score. They take a 2-0 lead. But to the 7th, things quickly change. Bases loaded for the Thunderhawks. Base hit into the corner. What a spot for Andrew Sundberg, and that will clear the bases. It's a 3 RBI double for Sundberg, and it's 6-2 Thunderhawks. It's also the difference maker. Thunderhawks moving on to the second round of the Class AAA tournament with the win. Thunderhawks will play again in Jordan tomorrow at noon, facing St. Thomas Academy. They put the beating on Wilmer today, winning 16-9. In Class A, Southridge facing Springfield. This was a tight one coming toward the home stretch. Top of the 9th, Springfield gets another run on the board to build a 2-run lead. Southridge has an answer in the bottom frame when Connor Bushbaum would thread one to the gap in left center to plate a run. They get one back to send it into a 10th inning. Springfield used that frame to score a few more. They would go on to end Southridge's run, 8-3 the final score. And state softball kicked off today as well in Mankato, Minnesota. We have two teams representing from the Northland. Greenway and Annandale played in the early game for Class AA. The Raiders' undefeated season comes to a close at the hands of the Cardinals, 10-2 the final. Cherry and Edgerton facing in the Class A quarterfinals. Edgerton ends Cherry's run 5-2 the final. And down at the boys state golf tournament, Cloquet's Sam Baker is in the lead, currently 3 under through 11 holes. He's been bogey free with 3 birdies. A great start to the 2-day tournament for him. The Lumberjacks are also doing well as a team. Through 11 holes, they're up 7 strokes onto Tino Grace for first place, meaning if they can hold on, it could be an individual and team boys golf state title for Cloquet. We will have the highlights tomorrow from the Twin Cities. It wasn't 3 years ago that Brett Larson was alongside UMD head coach Scott Sandelin and the UMD Bulldogs, helping them to the program's 3rd national title. Today, St. Cloud State signed the Duluth native to a hefty contract extension. Larson and Huskies agreed to a contract extension that keeps him with the program through the 2027-28 season. This past year, Larson guided SCSU to its first ever appearance in the NCAA Division National Championship game in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He coached at UMD for 6 years, his alma mater, before joining St. Cloud. And we want to wish a best of luck to Grand Rapids tomorrow, facing a tough St. Thomas Academy team. But man, they came to play today, and Sam Baker and the Cloquet golf team, they're doing some unreal things tomorrow. They're going to be super fun to check in on. So we'll have all the highlights and the latest for them.
Oh, it's such a relief to see so many spring sports and a state tournament.
And it's so exciting. Yes. Not only, I mean, you know, we root for our local Northland teams up here, right, of course, but it means so much more this year. I mean, even congrats to Greenway. I know they did not fend the way that they wanted to at the state tournament today, falling, but capping off an undefeated regular season through the section playoffs. Yes. They had their senior leadership back, you know, that had their season canceled last year. They haven't played since they were sophomores. Right. And that's all the teams out here today. So exciting, so fun.
All right, thanks, Kelly. All right, we are going to check in with Dave now for a final look at the weather.
Well, temperatures have come down, and it's going to be much calmer weather through tomorrow. It might get a little bit wilder on Thursday, but it's only a 30% chance. Here's the 7-day forecast. Thanks to Canadian high pressure, it's calmer and cooler, and will be that way through Wednesday, as I mentioned. Come Thursday, we could push into the lower 80s, and there's a 30% chance for thunderstorms. That goes away though as early as Friday, and into Saturday will be mid-70s and calm again. But another perhaps better chance of rain will be with us for Sunday and Monday. 40% shot on Sunday for Father's Day, 50% chance on Monday. Leading with the warm front, we go to 75 degrees on Sunday, but following with the cold front, we'll drop to 70 on Monday. And frankly, I'm trying to be a little bit of a wishful thinking type of person here, because some models indicate we'll fall back into the 60s by Tuesday, but I'm going to steadfastly say it'll be a nice summery 70 instead. We'll see which way it rolls.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10.